Hi, I'm Mrs. Coates, and I'm here to tell you why you should take creative writing too. The choice is pretty simple. If you like creatively writing, you'll like this class. It's also a pretty simple choice because if you enjoyed creative writing 1, then creative writing 2 is the place for you. If you didn't really enjoy creative writing 1, we do similar things, but the next level up. So if you didn't like this one, you probably wouldn't like the next level up. So, some things to kind of consider: creative writing is an art class, which means it's going to look different for everybody. You can't really do it wrong because you're making things up based on your imagination. So, lots of kids like that there's so many different ways to be right. One of the things you'll do in my class is try as many different kinds of writing as possible. So it's almost like we're mad scientists. We're experimenting, but with writing, and we're playing around and discovering something new that hopefully you love that you didn't know before. So my class is split into kind of 3 different paths. Path 1 is I'm a teacher and I want to teach you creative writing tips and tricks. So these would be different literary terms than you learned in creative writing 1. We'd go up to the next level. So things like how to be funnier in your writing with parody and satire, and how juxtaposition will make you stand out as an artist, and how illusions will help you really connect with your reader. We'll talk about types of conflict and how conflict grabs the reader's attention and keeps them hooked. And we'll talk about how poetic justice can not only be fun to write, but also fun to read. So those are some of the creative writing tips and tricks that I'll teach you. We also, one of the paths we'll take in creative writing is just doing short 1-day assignments and targeted skill practices. But these would be different than what you did in creative writing 1. So in creative writing 2, we'll practice describing colors. We'll take what's visual and we'll do it with writing. We'll also learn how to describe sounds in a really interesting, creative way. I'll help you learn how to make your characters more developed and more believable. And then we have different big projects that we do in creative writing too. So again, just like creative writing 1, these are ones that you do in class, but they'd be different. So we will write a choose your own adventure project, which are fun because it gives the reader more agency over what happens in the story. We'll write our own version of an urban legend. So think like Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot. You'll write your own urban legend. We do script writing and creative writing too, but it's totally different than the Studio C script that you do in creative writing 1. So this kind of script writing is like what the Hollywood bigwigs would do, and we'll see what it looks like in Hollywood and turn our idea into a TV or movie script. We'll do what's called a multi-genre story, where it forces you to think about writing in a different way. Instead of just telling a short story beginning to end, we learn how to tell one story with multiple different pieces that connected together tell a story. And we also do what's most everybody's favorite, which is called NaNoWriMo. It stands for National Novel Writing Month. And so we don't write a whole novel, but you do get to experience what it's like to be a real published author. And there are really major prizes involved for the kids who go the extra mile on that project. So other cool things about creative writing that students usually like are Free Write Friday, where you get all pressure off and you learn to enjoy writing. One day I'll set up a fake crime scene and we'll use it as inspiration for writing. And generally, things that students like about my class is there's lots of rewards, lots of PBIS coins, and lots of candy because you have to write a lot in my class, and so I like to make sure you're rewarded. Students usually like that they can work with a partner and a group a lot of times, and that it's fun, low-pressure writing. So feel free to join. I'd love to have you. Let's get our imaginations ready to soar.